Section 10 of Sappho 100 Lyrics by Bliss Carman. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Peter Yearsley. 81. Hark, love, to the tambourines of the minstrels in the street, and one voice that throbs and soars clear above the clashing time. Some Egyptian royal love lilt, some Sidonian refrain, vows of Paphos or of Tyre mount against the silver sun, pleading, piercing yet serene, vagrant in a foreign town. From what passion was it born? In what lost land over sea? 82. Over the roofs the honey-coloured moon with purple shadows on the silver grass, and the warm south wind on the curving sea, while we two, lovers past all turmoil now, watch from the window the white sails come in, bearing what unknown ventures safe to port. So falls the hour of twilight and of love, with wizardry to loose the hearts of men, and there is nothing more in this great world than thou and I, and the blue dome of dusk. 83. In the quiet garden world, gold sunlight and shadow leaves flicker on the wall, and the wind, a moment since, with rose petals strewed the path and the open door. Now the moon-white butterflies float across the liquid air, glad as in a dream, and across thy lover's heart visions of one scarlet mouth with its maddening smile. 84. Soft was the wind in the beech trees, low was the surf on the shore. In the blue dusk one planet, like a great sea pharos, shone, but nothing to me were the sea sounds, the wind, and the yellow star, when over my breast the banner of your golden hair was spread. 85. Have you heard the news of Sappho's garden, and the golden rose of Mitylene, which the bending brown-armed rowers lately brought from oversea, from lonely Pontus? In a meadow by the river Halys, where some wood-god hath the world in keeping, on a burning summer noon they found her, lovely as a dryad, and more tender. Her these eyes have seen, and not another shall behold, till time takes all things goodly, so surpassing fair, and fond, and wondrous, such a slave as, worth a great king's ransom, no man yet of all the sons of mortals but would lose his soul for, and regret not. So hath beauty compassed all her children with the cords of longing and desire. Only Hermes, master of word music, ever yet in glory of gold language, could ensphere the magical remembrance of her melting, half-sad, wayward beauty, or devise the silver phrase to frame her, the inevitable name to call her, half a sigh and half a kiss when whispered, like pure air that feeds a forge's hunger. Not a painter in the Isles of Hellas could portray her, mix the golden tawny with bright stain of poppies, or ensanguine like the life her darling mouth's vermilion, so that in the ages long hereafter, when we shall be dust of perished summers, any man could say, who found that likeness, smiling gently on it, this was Gorgo. 86. Love is so strong a thing, the very gods must yield, when it is welded fast with the unflinching truth. Love is so frail a thing, a word, a look will kill. O lovers, have a care how ye do deal with love. 87. Hadst thou with all thy loveliness been true, had I with all my tenderness been strong, we had not made this ruin out of life, this desolation in a world of joy, my poor Gorgo. Yet even the high gods at times do err. Be therefore thou not overcome with woe, but dedicate anew to greater love an equal heart, and be thy radiant self once more, Gorgo. 88. As on a morn a traveller might emerge from the deep green seclusion of the hills by a cool road through forest and through fern, little frequented, winding, followed long with joyous expectation and daydreams, and on a sudden, turning a great rock covered with frondage, dark with dripping water, behold the sea-board full of surf and sound, with all the space and glory of the world above the burnished silver of the sea. Even so it was upon that first spring day, when time, that is a devious path for men, led me all lonely to thy door at last, and all thy splendid beauty, gracious and glad, glad as bright colour, free as wind or air, and lovelier than racing seas of foam, bore sense and soul and mind at once away to a pure region where the gods might dwell, making of me a vagrant child before, a servant of joy at Aphrodite's will. 89. Where shall I look for thee? Where find thee now, O my lost Atthis? Storm bars the harbour, and snow keeps the pass in the blue mountains. Bitter the wind whistles, pale is the sun, and the days shorten. Close to the hearthstone, with long thoughts of thee, thy lonely lover sits now, remembering all the spent hours and thy fair beauty. Ah, when the hyacinth wakens with spring, and buds the laurel, doubt not, some morning when all earth revives, hearing Pan's flute call, over the river beds, over the hills, sounding the summons, I shall look up and behold, in the door, smiling, expectant, loving as ever, and glad as of old, my own lost Atthis. 90. A sad, sad face, and saddest eyes that ever beheld the sun. Whence came the grief that makes of all thy beauty one sad, sweet smile? In this bright portrait, where the painter fixed them, I still behold the eyes that gladdened, and the lips that loved me, and, gold on rose, the cloud of hair that settles on one shoulder slipped from its vest. I almost hear thy Mytilenean love-song in the spring night, when the still air was odorous with blossoms, and in the hour thy first wild girl's love trembled into being, glad, glad and fond. Ah, where is all that wonder? What god's malice undid that joy, and set the seal of patient woe upon thee, O my lost love? The end of section 10.